Dear children, let's continue lesson. Oliver asked for more. So Oliver was a orphan boy. He used to live in the church orphanage. And one day a committee board meeting was held and they decided to give less food to them, a thin gruel a day within an onion twice a week. Gruel means a liquid meal with the oats or some other meal. We call starch, rice starch, like that. So if you drink daily starch, it will not be sufficient for us and will become thin and weak, no? So like that, gruel is also there. So the boys all are in the growing stage. They want more food, but they are not giving them sufficient food to them. So the basins never wanted washing. The boys polished them with their spoons till they shone again. When they had performed this operation, they would sit staring at the copper bowl with such eager eyes as if they could have devoured the big bowl itself and everything in it. At the same time, they sucked their fingers almost carefully to catch up any stray splashes or gruel that might have stuck thereon. Boys have generally excellent appetite. Oliver Twist and his companions suffered the tortures of slow starvation for 3 months. At last, they got so voracious and wild with the hunger. So, when they put the gruel in the basins, they ate all and polished them with spoon. Means they were searching still if any gruel was there and licked their fingers, and their eyes were glared at the copper bowl, and they were very eager, and they have a hope. Okay, might be they'll get some more gruel again, but they never served again twice. They never twice served them twice. Once they served, no, with that only they have to fulfill their hunger. So boys have excellent appetite. So here Oliver and his companions also have lot of hunger, but as they are getting very little food, they suffered torture of slow starvation for 3 months. So their hunger become very voracious, means very more, a lot of hungry, and they gone wild with the hunger. One day, that one boy who was tall of his age and hadn't been used to that sort of thing hinted darkly to his companions that unless he had another basin of gruel per day, he was afraid he might some night happen to eat the boy who slept next to him. So they are very hungry. One boy was there, was tall, and he was afraid maybe one or the other day he will eat another boy who was sleeping beside him. Means that much hunger they are. It's not at all sufficient for them. So who happened to be a weakly youth of tender age, he had a wild hungry eye, and they believed him. A council was held to Lord's cast as to who should walk up to the master after supper that evening and ask for more, and it fell to Oliver Twist. So one council means just like meeting was held, the boys all sat together and talked, among themselves, and they decided to ask for more gruel, and the turn was fell on Oliver Twist. Means Oliver should go and ask for more gruel. The evening arrived. The boys took their places. The master, in his cook's uniform, stationed himself at the copper. His assistants ranged themselves behind him. The gruel was served out. The gruel disappeared. The boys whispered to each other and winked at Oliver, while his next neighbor nudged him. Child as he was desperate with hunger and reckless with misery. He rose from the table and, advancing to the master basin and spoon in his hand, said, somewhat alarmed in his own courage. So same day evening had arrived, and all boys went and they took their places, and gruel was served as it is. And after serving all, gruel was disappeared, means it was finished. So boys disappeared at whispered each other, means speaking in a low voice. Whispering means speaking in a low voice. And winked means they look at Oliver they're doing some signs, so that Oliver go and ask for some more gruel. And Oliver was desperate with hunger and reckless with misery. Misery means helpless condition. So when we don't have anything to do, when we are helpless condition, we become reckless also, means careless. So we might turn into bold also sometimes, stubborn and bold. He rose from the table and he went to the master. Please sir, I want some more. So he got some sort of courage and he asked, please sir, I want some more. The master was fat, healthy man, but he turned very pale. He gazed in stupefied astonishment on the small rebel for some seconds and then clung for support to the copper. The assistants were paralyzed with wonder, the boys with fear. See, the scene, the people are showing as though they heard something or as they heard about some crime or something, seventh wonder or eighth wonder, like that. So asking for some more gruel is not a crime. And it is not odd also, not uncommon also, because if you feel hunger, you ask some more for your mother. No, it's natural. And these stupid fellows, they should be aware of the young age, because in the young age, boys, especially boys, will have more hunger and they should be given sufficient of food. Otherwise their health and their growth will be affected, isn't it? But they are showing like they heard some uncommon thing or odd thing or unnatural thing, like that. And the person who is serving gruel, he was very fat. Maybe he eats daily non-veg, like that. Because of that he was very fat, but his face turned pale when Oliver asked for some more gruel. And he gazed, means looked at Gulliver with what we say, blind or blank mind. Stupefied astonishment means great wonder, as though he heard something odd which he didn't hear in his life, like that. He was giving such type of expression. On the same rebel for some seconds and then clung for support to the copper. He was just moved and he was just clung, means he just leaned to the copper bowl to take the support. And assistants, they just stood like as they were paralyzed. Paralyzed means getting paralysis. Means when the tiny, very tiny, thin thread like neurons split in our brain, no? Blood comes out of that neurons and the blood clots. And some parts of our body may, one side of the part, either right side or left side, will become motionless. It becomes out of control of the brain. So that is called as a paralysis. So here they stood like they got paralysis, and they were looking at the boy with the fear. And all the boys are also, I think they planned to ask more, but maybe they didn't expect that Oliver go and ask really for more gruel. What? Said the master at the length in faint voice. Please sir, replied Oliver, I want some more. So what? He didn't able to believe his ears. What did he hear? So that's why he asking, what did you ask? So please sir, Oliver again said, I want some more gruel. The master aimed a blow at Gulliver's head with the ladle and shrieked loud for beadle. So he got angry. See, how can anyone get anger when a boy asks for some more food? I really wonder. So they are very cruel people. So that's why they are doing like this. So he gave a blow with the ladle. Ladle means a long spoon which is used to serve the liquid things like gruel. Okay. So he gave a blow on Gulliver's head and he shrieked, means shout for the beadle, means officer in the church. So no one should do like this. So boys or girls, when they are in the growing stage, they need more food and they should be served with sufficient food. The board was sitting in solemn meeting when Mr. Bumble rushed into the room in the great excitement and addressing the gentleman in the higher chair, said, Mr. Limbkins, I beg your pardon, sir. Oliver Twist had asked for more. So the beadle was called and he was given complaint on Oliver. Immediately the meeting was held and Mr. Mumble he rushed into the room with great excitement and he addressing to the gentleman who is sitting in the high chair. His name was Mr. Limbkins. And he said that I beg your pardon, sir. Oliver Twist had asked for more. And there was a general start. Horror was depicted on every countenance. I really feel wonder why they are feeling so horror and why they are feeling so much of surprise. It's natural, no? If the food is not sufficient, generally children will ask for more. So here, why they are showing such type of feelings, I really feel wonder. So one more said, for more said Mr. Limbkins, compose yourself, Mumble, and ask me distinctly. Do I understand that he asked for more after he had eaten the supper allotted by board? So he asked, compose yourself, Mumble. So did he ask for some more after eating his supper? Like that he was asking. He did, sir, replied Mumble. So generally children should not be served with a little amount of food or only this much of amount of food should be supplied, or like that limitation should not be kept, because each and everybody hunger will be different. Some may eat less and some may eat moderately and some may want more, isn't it? So it depends upon their appetite and digestion power also, isn't it? Some may digest very quickly, so they want more and more food. Some may can digest slowly, so generally they will eat little less food. So it will be different for each boy. So we can't serve same quantity of food for all the boys, isn't it? So but these people are doing in the same manner. That boy will be hung, said the gentleman in the white waistcoat. I know that boy will be hung. So another person who was sitting in the board meeting, he was wearing white waistcoat. He said that I know that the boy will be hung. So is it a crime asking for more food? So he is saying that the boy will be hung. So how stupidity it is, isn't it? So can anyone put the punishment of hunger for asking for more food? I don't know. So nobody contradicted the prophetic gentleman's opinion. As excited a discussion took place, Oliver was ordered to instant confinement. A bill was next morning pasted on the outside of the gate, offer a reward of £5 to anybody who would take Oliver Twist off the hands of the parish. In other words, £5 and Oliver was offered to any man or woman who wanted an apprentice to any trade, business or calling. So they didn't give the hanging punishment, but a bill was passed and a poster was pasted outside the gate saying that if anyone want to take the Oliver Twist along with them, they also can be given £5 extra. Means generally slaves are taken by giving some money, isn't it? They were bought. But here, instead of paying, one should get £5 extra also. So that was the thing. Okay, means they want to get rid of Oliver at any cost, even along with the payment. So if any man or woman, if they want to keep Oliver Twist as their apprentice means as a trainee. So before doing any job, generally many companies will take as first apprentice. After giving the training 3 months or 6 months like that, then they permanent their job. So that is called as apprentice. So anyone come and take Oliver, and they also get £5. So this thing was happened in the orphanage, which was not at all usual, not at all common. So we never hear such type of things, isn't it? So by this we have completed this lesson, and glossary goes like this. Beadle, an official of the church. Parish means a church committee. Oakum, loose fiber obtained by untwisting and picking part old rope. just like a jute fiber is there, no, like that. They have oakum fiber. And surely means serious or angry. Gruel means a thin liquid, food of oats, rice, etc. And devoured means ate hungrily or quickly. When we are very hungry, how we eat? Very quickly we eat, no? And we never see for any taste or anything. Appetite, the desire to eat or hunger. Voracious, wanting great quantities of food. So they turned voracious, means as they ate very very less food, after 3 months they became very voracious, means they now they want more food. Stupefied means shocked. Paralyzed means become motionless, movementless. I told no. One part, either right or left part, will become movementless. It loses the control on the brain, means brain cannot control the movements if one get a paralysis. Ladle, a long handled spoon used to serve liquids. Countenance, the person's face or facial expressions. Confinement, putting in a prison or a closed room. So he was called to the confinement. Oliver was called to the confinement, no? Means he was put in the closed room. So until anyone come and take him, he should live in that room only, I think so. Apprentice, one who works under a skilled person. So training, just like a training. Trainee is called as a apprentice. Okay. And try to answer the question answers. You should do this. So grammar part, here we page number 28, 26. So last writing part is there. Annie Frank was a little girl of 13. She was as lonely as Oliver Twist. When the German army invaded her country, she had to hide in a small building with her family. She suffered a lot. She recorded her feelings and thoughts in her diary. So it's about a girl, age of 13 years, Annie Frank. She was lonely, and when German army invaded her country, she had to hide in a small building along with her family, and she suffered a lot because of the war. And at that time she recorded her feeling and thoughts in her diary. It goes like this. Friday, 1st October 1942. Just for fun, I am going to tell you each person's first wish when we are allowed to go out again. Mrs. Van says, if I go out, I'll eat ice cream cakes. Dussel says, if I am let free, I'll run to my wife's lodge. Mummy says, I will have a cup of coffee. Peter says, I will go to the cinema. I long for so many things, but I long for home of our own. So see, I think they were just like house arrested for so many days in that small house. So that's why they are saying about their wishes. When they are let free to go out, then Mrs. Van, she was saying that if I go out, I'll eat ice cream cakes. She want to eat ice cream cakes. And Dussel, a person, he is saying that if I am let free, I'll run to my wife. And Mummy, she says that I will have a cup of coffee. Means in all those days they didn't have even a cup of coffee. Peter, he says that I will go to the cinema. So, and the narrator and the girl, she is saying that I long for many things. I want many things, but I long for a home of our own. Means that was not their own home. So she wants a own house. So after facing the live board, Oliver turned to his bed crying. He sat up to write his diary. Now imagine you are Oliver Twist. Attempt a diary entry with the above features in the mind. So here you imagine that you are Oliver Twist, and you have to write all your feelings in the diary. How you are feeling. what are your expressions, what are your opinions, and what you want to do. That all you have to write in the diary. Okay. So by this we have completed this lesson, and on Monday I will take the poem The Cry of Children. Okay, which was written by Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Okay, so that's all for today. Have a good day.